Alrighty, let me do an update on IVP as a lot of people like my recent update, and they were kind of wondering what is on the future for IVP. So IVP obviously is an extremely high risk going on. If you don't know about the news, they have faced NASDAQ. They have a NASDAQ delisting notice, okay? And if you read about their listing right in here, you pull this up. They have on November 13th, they received the letter, the non-compliance bid price, which is fine. A lot of stocks go through that because they need to, in order to maintain NASDAQ compliance, you got to meet a certain price. So here's the thing. As a result, the company's securities are set to be suspended from trading on November 24th. Right now, I'm making this video. It's November 20th. Unless an appeal is requested by November 20th, 2025. The company plans to appeal, which would delay the suspension or delisting process, but there is no guarantee of a favorable outcome. In my opinion, what company would not want to appeal that? And, I feel like they are going to appeal it. It's going to be, delayed. No company would be like, screw it, I'm just going to get delisted, right? I don't think that's the case. I made a video before. I said, do not buy this when a lot of big influencers were saying to buy it. As you can see, we are like insanely oversold now. We are literally below this monster band, really below here. All right. I mean, if you touch this lower band, it doesn't mean you just get in right away. I always wait for time distance. Let it wait for time distance. We have monster volume. This is the one thing that I'm seeing right now. We have 320 million volume right now, and we're up 18%. We have 86 million here, 46 million there, 2 million. So it's got a lot of volume. That's a ton of volume for me not to just not make a video. Of course, this is like a really risky stock, but if I'm looking at my price targets, if we go up to the lower band, which is very easy to do, you're looking at a 63% return. 63%. To the 5, you're looking at 137% return. That is very doable on this stock. And I'm just reading, I'm like, why would they not appeal it? Unless they're going through, very sketch company, but I feel like anyone in their right mind, they will appeal it, and we should have a nice little move up just based on the volume that I'm seeing right now. Now, can we sustain this volume? 320 million volume is a lot. So we'll see. But this is one of those stocks where, have a clear stop loss in mind. Do not risk a lot. If you were not awake at 4 in the morning, you missed out on a monster pump. Right here at 4 in the morning, I mean, a lot of people didn't realize, but that was a 102% pump from the lows. That is a monster pump. We know that every pump's going to get shorted. Do not take that for granted. Every pump, I repeat, will get shorted on this stock. As you can see, the EMA 200 is above on the 15-minute chart, signaling that every pump's going to get shorted. The 5-minute is still at the above. So unless we get this 5-minute below, every pump's going to get shorted. So just keep that in mind. Don't look to stay in this stock. I mean, if you're making 10, 20%, bam, take your profit and run. Or take some out and hold some break even and look for higher targets. If it comes back, then get the heck out and wait for another time to play it. But if we're going to get a pump, it's going to be very soon. This is the time frame I'd be looking for a pump on this stock. And if we break 10 cents, then I would look to get out if it makes a new low. Because if it makes a new low, then it's very bearish. But you got to understand is when you're looking to play this, do not play it when it's already moving up to these EMAs. Price will revert back to the mean and will come away from those EMAs because those are your sell points, right? So if you really want to get a good discount, you really want to make sure that price is far away from these EMAs. Look at a 5-minute chart, see if it's kind of close to this lower band, and then that's where you would, take a shot at it. Obviously, don't buy it when it's when it's pumping. Like I said that a million times. A lot of people got stuck into this when a lot of gurus were pumping it in the 30 cents, and unfortunately, they got their freaking butt handed. I never buy a company on the first big red day because basically what you're saying, guys, is, and this does not happen a lot. It is very rare for price to come down and then just shoot right back up to the MA5. You got to understand, everything in price action goes down, goes up, goes down. Like price will revert to the mean, but you can see sometimes it takes longer than normal. Stocks with a lot of volume in the early phases tend to revert to the mean faster. 320 million volume, that's a freaking ton of volume. So when there's more volume and more pressure coming in, it will revert to the mean faster. So I'm not saying it's going to revert to the EMA 5 the next day. That's a 135% move. I think at the very least you're going to this lower band and getting you a 67% move. I'd be very surprised if this does not pump over 20% at least, and that is a good return. Looking at the news, you have till November 24th. All right, if they will be suspended if they do not release an appeal. So just keep that in mind. But you can read a lot of the comments. You'll probably get more out. A lot of people are probably posting a lot in this. Sold in the 14s, was skeptical. A lot of people are just honestly back holding big time on this, and they just follow random people and they don't really understand. My favorite strategy, like I said, is you wait for price to kind of consolidate, which it's doing now. Look at a price candle. There is no bulls or bears in control. This is kind of like a doji looking candle where it's kind of neutral. I think if we're gonna pump, it's gonna be on this candle here. And like I said, dead cat bounce, get the in and get the heck out. That's how I would play this stock. But yeah, I kind of approve of this. Your stop loss is below 10 cents. That would be your stop loss if you got in now. Got to remind, I mean, it's going to be a riskier, so don't put too much money in this. I mean, you can't expect to make monster moves if you don't want to take more risk. Higher risk means more money you can make. So IVP, definitely one of the most trending stocks in the market with the most volume that meets kind of my system at a lower band with some time distance. I would expect by day 4 or 5, we get very close to this EMA 5. That's what I see with this kind of volume. When there's not a lot of volume, they tend not to revert to the mean that much. So just keep that in mind. So this has a lot of volume. If you watch a lot of my videos, this is kind of the area that I like it. Okay. As always, if you want to join the Discord, be a part of the community, guys, I think you guys are going to love the strategy that I teach. You can use it on your own, use variations of it. It is literally by far the best strategy that I ever done. It's made me a full-time trader for years. And this strategy, it works in bull or bear market. It does not matter how you do it. I day trade for a living. I use prop firms, and so you don't need a lot of money. People say, well, I need $25,000 to day trade. Well, use the prop firm discounts that I offer. You can use all these prop firms and make lots of money. As long as you know how to trade my strategy, this is going against the trend. It's not my totally favorite strategy. I have a strategy that goes with the trend, and it's more peaceful, but going against the trend is higher risk, but bigger reward. I have made monster amount of money on setups just like this, like SOC. You see how you get these dead cat bounces? Once you're at this lower band and you see the EMAs above, all these EMAs are rejection points. I made a lot of money on that. CCOI, I bought it down here, made that nice little V shape. Not everything's going to work as good as you think. But IVP, since there's a lot of momentum, a lot of volume, I think this stock could work in your guys' favor down here. All right, so I like this. I'll take a small gamble at it. I think this is a good opportunity. If you guys enjoy you want to join the Discord, the link's down below in YouTube comments below and in the description. It'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. Hit how to subscribe and hit big cap day trade alerts if you want to join. This link right here. It's only $12 a month to get access to day trades and swing trades and live streams every day. You're going to learn the most if you join the live streams. So make sure you check out the RTK live streams. Click this link and get in and lock in. This strategy right here can change your guys' life and literally make you guys a ton of money. All right. There's no guesswork. You have a clear stop loss. You know when to enter. You know when to exit. And you can make, it's changed my life. You won't experience it till, you really got to get the experience into it. Every trader that, they're always flipping strategies. Once you figure out a strategy and you just stick to it, that's when you will start to see so much returns. All right. I don't believe in strategy hopping. If you get into me and you join my mentorship, master this strategy and you'll see the patterns that I see time and time again. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Give this video a like, subscribe, comment. IVP, big move up in the short term, but every pump is going to be shorted. Just keep that in mind. Peace out, guys.